Hey, Vipers. Happy fall break. Hope this finds everybody rested and well and getting ready for our return to start the second quarter on Monday, October 12th. These are your Viper updates to wrap up fall break and to get us into the first week of hybrid learning. So here we go. First, again, most important reminder, we are on our hybrid learning schedule starting on Monday. Students will return from fall break and they will begin their new set of classes, fourth block, fifth block, and sixth block classes. And students, your Google Classroom codes were emailed to you prior to leaving for fall break. So make sure you check your emails because your teachers for this new quarter will have already reached out to let you know the information for their Google Classrooms. Just an update on rosters and schedules. We've sent a few emails out, whether it's from the district office or from Verado High School, letting students and families know this is what schedule your student has selected. And so if anyone wants to see whether they can't find the email or if they just want to have a quick, easy way to find out which schedule their student has been placed on, use this link before. And again, we will have these slides posted on the website, so you can either pause it here and then copy it into the web browser, or you can wait till the slides are posted and you can access it there. But by clicking on that link, you will be able to input your student's student ID number, and it'll tell you what schedule your student is on, whether they're a flex student staying at home working remotely for quarter two, or if they're on the A schedule or the B schedule. A reminder that our A schedule students are going to be on what we will call the Viper Black schedule. So Viper Black schedule students will be on campus Mondays and Thursdays, and they will work remotely the remaining days. Our Viper Gold schedule is the B group of students. They will be on they'll be on campus on Tuesdays and Fridays, and they will work remotely every other day. And again, regardless of what schedule your student's on, whether they're part of the Viper Black schedule, the Viper Gold schedule, or if they're a flex student, all students are required to be online or in person at the first 10 minutes of class and at the final 10 minutes of class. This is where everybody will get their instruction on what's going to be taking place during the day so that everybody knows what they're working on, whether they're in person or at home. And again, we will start on October 12 and 13 in advisory. So the first 2 days of quarter two, we will start the day off in advisory. This will give students an opportunity to see a familiar face because they will have new teachers for their academic classes, but their advisor will always stay the same. So we'll start in advisory at the beginning of the day, and we'll review the schedule for what the rest of the day looks like here pretty shortly. And here it is. So we will start off each day, Monday, Tuesday next week, with advisory. So we'll do a 30-minute advisory to start off, allow students to review some procedures, get reacclimated to the building, meet their advisor in person for the first time in some cases, and also to see some of their friends from their advisory. But we'll start off in advisory, then we'll go and we'll do a shortened schedule with period 4 and period 5, and then we'll do our lunch/advisory block. So students will have 2 advisories during the first 2 days when we return to campus. And then we'll close the day with 6th period. Couple updates on some procedures and for transportation. If you need to access information and register your student for transportation, you need to use what's called the Edulog Parent Portal app. This is an app that can be found in the Google Play Store for Android devices or on the Apple Store for iPhone devices. All you need to register for the app is a valid email address and your student's 5-digit student ID number. Users new to the app this year, or if you're returning from last school year, you'll need to go into the app and use the new ride registration function to make sure your student will be on the list for transportation. The transportation office is requiring that all students be registered on the Parent Portal app this year in order to receive transportation. And so if you have not done that yet, and if you are wanting your student to ride the bus, you need to make sure that you get that app, the Edulog Parent Portal app, and you need to follow these instructions. If you have any questions or if you run into any complications, please feel free to contact the district's route coordinator, Avery Sponsler, in the transportation department by phone and the number is 623-932-7023, or you can use the email address found below, asponsler@awafria.org. So again, if you are looking to request transportation for your student, you need to get them signed up through the Edulog Parent Portal app, and Avery can help you with that. Parking for our students. If you are transporting yourself to campus, you will be using the west parking lot, and students will not be required to purchase a parking pass during quarter two. So free parking on the west side of the building. We do ask for our parents for drop off. If you're dropping students off, please drop them off on the east side of the building, and that's a way we can kind of separate and help the flow of traffic. So parent drop off on the east side of the building in the east lot, and then for students, if you're driving yourselves, please use the west parking lot. And again, you do not need a parking pass during quarter two. Free parking for quarter two. We will have the building open each day at 8:10, because remember, we have a later start in quarter two. School day starts at 8:30 and ends at 3:25, but we'll open up the building for student access beginning at 8:10 every single day. And we're asking that students please use either the east cafeteria entrance, the west cafeteria entrance, or the bus loop entrance in order to get into the building. So the north side of the building is how students will access the building the moment they step foot onto campus. And then again, we will have breakfast available for students. Breakfast is grab and go. So if you want to get something to eat, go ahead and get something to eat. But if you are not getting something to eat, we're going to ask that you head straight to your advisory class on these first days. Another procedure for students. So we'll park using the west lot. We'll enter using the north bus loop or the west cafeteria or the east cafeteria. But each day, students, you will be required to do a daily health screener. So you'll get an email around 6:30 in the morning with the link to the COVID health screener on days that you're expected to be at campus. So if you're on an A schedule or you're on the Viper Black schedule, you'll get this email every Monday and Thursday. B schedule students or the Viper Gold students, you will get this email Tuesday and Friday. If you are a Flex students will not receive this email. This will only be sent on days where you are coming onto campus for class. This will be something that we'll ask you to do. It'll ask if you are experiencing any symptoms of the coronavirus. And then the email will come from reporting@awafria.org. And this is the message that you will see in that email. But this is something that we'll have you do every single day that you step onto campus. And we're also asking too, if you are not feeling well, please stay home. Or if you're exhibiting any of the symptoms of the coronavirus, please stay home. Okay, so that'll be done each day, and then we'll follow up with students if they don't do it, just so we make sure that every student on campus has completed this. Our staff will be doing this daily health screener daily as well. Lunch. How lunch works is, again, we will be doing 2 lunches during the second quarter, so we'll have an A lunch and a B lunch. It's been assigned to your student based on their advisory. So students, you can look at your schedule for quarter 2, find your advisory class, and it'll let you know if you're in the A lunch or B lunch. And again, advisory is kind of the home base we're using for lunches. Lunches are just like breakfast. They're grab and go, and they're also free to all students during the second quarter. We'll have 4 locations to serve out of in the cafeteria. We'll also have 2 outdoor serving stations as well. So if you're hungry and you want to have school lunch, 6 opportunities to get in line, grab some lunch, and then go find a place to sit. And students, that we're asking you to utilize the indoor cafeteria, the west cafeteria, and the east cafeteria for lunch. And we're going to ask that you sit no more than 4 to a table, whether you're indoors or in the outdoor eating areas. For families looking to inquire about the free and reduced lunch program, this is a program that provides a number of opportunities for students. So if you are interested in seeing if your student is eligible to receive either free or reduced lunch, please use this email or this link right here, family.titank12.com. That's the link that you would use to sign up to see if you qualify for the free and reduced lunch program. This is also the account that you would put money in when we eventually transition back to having to pay for lunch. This is where you would put money onto a lunch account. The free and reduced program, it isn't just for food though. This is a program that also will help your student pay a reduced fee for tests such as the ACT exam or AP exams in the spring. So if you have more questions, definitely feel free to send me an email, but you would go to the link listed here in order to complete and to submit the online application to see if your student qualifies for the free and reduced lunch program. Okay, transitioning back into events and eligibility, so away from the hybrid schedule. Now let's talk again about eligibility. We wrapped up quarter one. Quarter one essentially was the first round of classes for our students. So students will be finished with those classes 1, 2, and 3 at this time, now that the quarter's over. If a student finished quarter one with an F for the quarter, and which is also meaning that they finished it for the semester, they have to sit out a mandatory of 2 weeks of competition. So the first week is this week, fall break. Students with an F will sit out this week from competition, and then also next week, our first week back from fall break. That's if the student finishes with an F at the end of the quarter for classes 1, 2, or 3. If they finish the quarter with an incomplete, or if they have an I on their grade card, they have a mandatory sit out of competition for 1 week, and that is this week, fall break. And as soon as the incomplete is taken care of, that is when they're eligible. So if a student has an I and they need to get something turned in, turn it in as quick as you can. Teachers will grade it and update it, and then they will be able to have that athlete be eligible for competition. So again, if they have an I, that means they sit during this week, fall break, mandatory sit of 1 week, and then they go, and then they can be eligible as soon as the requirements for the incomplete have been taken care of. We have some event updates coming up in this first week back from break. Again, the PSAT will be on October 14th. We have a full testing session for October 14th, which is Wednesday. It'll start at 8 a.m., so students need to be on campus if they're taking this exam at 8 a.m., and they should finish a little bit after noon. You're going to bring your own writing utensils, bring a pre-approved calculator, and make sure you dress warmly. We'll be using the big gym, the small gym, and the cafeteria for our testing site. Students will have you park in the West student parking lot and enter through the West cafeteria doors. So this is a test. We'll have about 150 students on campus on Wednesday to take the PSAT. And that is the test. Again, it's just for sophomores and juniors, and it's the test that determines national merit scholarship qualification. On Thursday, October 15th at 5:30, we will be doing a virtual advanced placement night. So typically we do an AP night for all of our AP families and AP students so that they get an idea of the programs that they're going to be a part of this year, and they get a chance to meet the teachers. We will do this virtually, and the links will be shared later next week. But this will be an opportunity where I'll give an open, I'll talk about the program, talk about the AP exam, but then we'll have some breakout sessions where you'll get to interact in a one-on-one smaller session with your students' AP teachers. So great opportunity if you have an AP student, or if you want to get some more information about the program to learn a little bit more about advanced placement. So that'll be on Thursday, October 15th. We will be doing picture days on October 15th and 16th. So if your student is a hybrid student, so they'll be here on either the Viper Black schedule or the Viper Gold schedule, we will have pictures in the auditorium on October 15th and 16th. Students that are at home in the flex status, we will schedule a later date for you to come on campus so that we can get your pictures, because for underclassmen, these are pictures for the yearbook. It's also an opportunity for students to get their ID, their physical copy of their ID. If they did not complete the digital ID upload, you will get a physical copy of the ID printed when you get your picture taken. And for seniors, only seniors who do not get a digital ID printed earlier will need to get their picture taken so an ID card can be available for them. And again, seniors schedule individual sessions with grad photography for their pictures. And finally, just a final reminder, we will be doing a separate date to schedule pictures for our flex students, and we'll communicate that as this quarter progresses. But for all students that'll be back on campus next week, we'll have picture day on October 15th and 16th. October 15th will be the picture day for the Viper Black scheduled students, and Friday the 16th will be picture day for the Viper Gold scheduled students. Some event reminders. Just a reminder that whether it's an indoor event or an outside event, you must be wearing your mask at all times. So that's for both events taking place in the gym or out of the stadium. And now, again, tickets are able to be purchased electronically for events. We do that through GoFan. Coaches get their information from GoFan. They're able to push that out to parents so that parents, you are able to purchase those tickets digitally. Each athlete is scheduled to get 2 tickets per event, and that's for both a home and district event, because we are increasing the number of spectators that we're able to allow at events. So this does carry over into away events within district competition. And it's, again, 2 tickets per athlete are allowable at this time. Hey, these are the home events that we have coming up in the next week. Badminton next week is away. They're on the road all next week. Cross country, no meets next week. Swim, they're on the road all next week as well. So no home events for badminton, cross country, or swim. Volleyball is playing at home on Tuesday versus Millennium. And the first match, the freshman match, starts at 4. And then thereabouts 5 and 6 p.m. for the JV and varsity matches. Girls golf will be playing at home at the Verado Golf Club at 3 on Monday. And boys golf, no matches for the upcoming week. Football has Agua Fria on the road on this coming Friday, October 9th. But next week when we return, we will have freshman football at home against Millennium on Wednesday. We'll have JV football on the road at Millennium on Thursday. And then we have our first home football game on Friday, October 16th at 7 o'clock versus Millennium. So first home football, varsity football of the year. And just some final reminders, especially as we go into quarter 2. It's a fast quarter, so if you ever have questions on attendance or grades or assignments, please feel free to reach out to, check Parent View first. That's your one-stop parent shop to get information on all things discipline, attendance, grades, assignments. But then if you have questions, definitely feel free to reach out to your teachers. They can help answer any questions that you or your student may have. So that's it for this week. Hope everybody continues to have an excellent fall break. We're excited to get kids back on campus on Monday, October 12th for our hybrid schedule as we are set to begin. And if you have questions moving forward, please feel free to reach out to us. And again, if you have any questions on your what schedule your student is in, you can feel free to reach out to me or go to the Parent Hub and access that link. You can type in your student's ID number and you'll be able to see what schedule they are on, whether they're a flex student, a hybrid A student, or a hybrid B student. So that's it for this week. Again, we're excited to see your students on campus next week. And if you have questions, please feel free to reach out. But that's it for now. Everyone stay safe, stay healthy, and stay connected. And please let us know if you need anything. Have a great rest of your fall break, Vipers. One Verado.